Hey there guys, welcome back to Arsenal Fan TV. This is the review of Arsenal's victory over Watford 4-0 in the Barclays Premier League, and I'm left scratching my head as to wonder why we couldn't do that a couple of weeks ago in the FA Cup. I don't want to start this video off with a negative, but that was a poor Watford side that we came up against today. In fact, I'd go as far as saying it was an abysmal Watford side. They brought nothing to the table. Igalo didn't have a sniff. It was a very easy, very simplistic game for us, and that's what we should have made it a couple of weeks ago in the FA Cup. But I won't dwell on that too much. It was a fantastic performance on the day, and I don't want to be thinking about the league title. I just want to be enjoying this performance, absorbing into what Arsenal played today. It was some fantastic football that we saw, and I think a lot of this fluid, exciting football that we're playing is down to the fact that there's balance in this side. We're playing players in their correct positions. El Nene and Coquelin are forming a fantastic midfield pivot together. And with the likes of Aaron Ramsey, etc., coming back into the frame of things, I don't think he's going to get a sniff in this Arsenal midfield. And I think it'd be stupid not to be excited with the fact of Jack Wilshere learning as well. Yes, you could argue he might only have 2 weeks before he's injured again, but I'd like to think he can remain fit for and be a long-term option for Arsenal, because our midfield is looking very robust, very strong, with loads of options as well. When you consider you've got all these midfield pivots that could potentially materialise between Coquelin and Wilshere, if he is to stay fit. You've got Ramsey in there as well. You would assume that we'd invest in another midfielder in the summer with Flamini, Rosicky and Arteta packing their bags. But it is an exciting time to be an Arsenal fan, I feel. But I also, on the flip side, have to take into account that this is coming a little bit too late. We should be miles ahead of this Barclays Premier League table, and a 4-0 win at home to Watford doesn't compensate for the errors that we've made earlier on in the season. We should be putting teams to bed like this week in, week out, and it's amazing that we couldn't put in this kind of performance against Swansea at home, against United away. And I don't buy into the argument that it's simply because the pressure is off us because we're out of every single competition. On one hand, you could argue that, but for me, the pressure is massively on us. There's so much pressure on Arsene Wenger's shoulders to perform. There's loads of pressure on the players, and I think it's down to the fact that we're just playing players in their correct positions as to why we're actually seeing this good technique and flexible style of football within this Arsenal team. That front four we've got is the best lineup that I've seen all season in the attacking sense. Iwobi is a revelation at the club. He is proven to be an absolute asset to this team, and the fact he's come through the ranks is Arsenal through and through. I love that about him, and I want to see more of him from now up until the end of the season. 2 goals in 2 games in the league now. Really happy for him. Ozil playing in that creative attacking midfield role. Superb. Alexis Sanchez playing on the right hand side. Looks like a different player to the one a couple of weeks ago. And with Welbeck up front, I'm sorry Giroud, but he's getting nowhere near the team, because Welbeck brings so much fluidity to this Arsenal side. He makes runs in behind, something Giroud doesn't do, and that front four is just it's simply amazing to see them all link up, to see that scintillating style of football. When you've got Coquelin and El Nene playing in behind, it's balanced, it's exciting, it's a good style of football from Arsenal. And with that defence that we saw today, Koscielny and Gabriel, they're looking more and more settled, playing alongside each other, playing some very good stuff out from the back. The fullbacks, Bellerin and Monreal, class today. David Ospina had a very good game in goal, considering Petr Cech is coming back into the fold now. So it's a very exciting Arsenal starting 11, and like I say, with Jack Wilshere coming back soon, I mean, all these options we've got, it is very exciting, but it is a case of too little too late. Like I say, I didn't want to mention the league title throughout this video, but we've got a game in hand over Leicester, 7 games to go. If we win every single one of those games, which will be difficult, especially as we've got West Ham away coming up, who are banging form, I think it's going to be a real mammoth task. But if we win all of our games, then we do have a real chance to win this title. But I'm not going to count my chickens just yet. Let's just see how we do from now on until the end of the season, and enjoy the win that we got today. 4-0, very good victory at home. And it started off with a very early goal from Alexis Sanchez. Alex Iwobi playing it in, and Alexis Sanchez took it down, played it into Gomez from a header. On the rebound, he took it and put it into the back of net. Scrappy goal, but a goal that's much needed for Alexis Sanchez. A well-worked goal, started off with Alex Iwobi. Really pleased to see Alexis Sanchez get on the score sheet. It was a goal that I felt he deserved, because he put in a really good performance away from home at Everton, and he got an assist today as well. So really good to see Alexis Sanchez coming back into form. Like I say, he looks a different player playing on that right-hand flank. And then we got a goal in the 38th minute. Not too much happened between our first goal and that second goal we got for Alex Iwobi, but we did have a lot of chances shortly after scoring the opening goal for Alexis Sanchez, but the next goal came in the 38th minute. Alexis Sanchez playing it into Alex Iwobi, who took it first time into the back of the net to make it 2-0. And I just can't get enough of that celebration from Iwobi. The guy is someone that oozes class. I love the guy, and I really do think he's got a very long-term future at Arsenal. Everything about him is, he's pacey, he's skillful, he's got a really good shot on him, his final ball is really good, his distribution is superb, and he links up so well with the players that we've got in his current Arsenal starting 11, and it's great to see him get on the score sheet once again in consecutive games. So really pleased for Alex Iwobi, and he had a great game throughout. He could have got another one at the start of that second half, playing it into the Watford goal, but unfortunately it did hit the crossbar, but it would have been a superb goal if it had gone in. He was, like I say, I just can't stop talking about him. He was class throughout the whole course of the game, but we did get our third goal through Hector Bellerin, a rather scrappy goal, playing it in with his left foot. It was a very good first time finish, I felt, and it did kind of deserve an elegant finish at that, but unfortunately didn't take it. The deflection took it over Aurelio Gomez to make it 3-0, and it was a really good way to cap off the game. I felt we could have scored a few more, but we sat back a little bit, saw the introduction of Olivier Giroud, who practically did nothing when he came on. Joel Campbell, I thought, looked very bright when he came on. Theo Walcott, surprisingly, I think he was kind of influenced by Iwobi in a way. He seemed to put in a more reassuring performance when he came on, albeit it was just for about 15-20 minutes, but he got himself a goal right at the end of the game, took it really well, worked by Joel Campbell really well down that left-hand side, playing into Walcott to make it 4-0, the final score being 4-0 to the Arsenal at home. I am pleased to see Theo Walcott get a goal, despite what I've said about him in the past and what others have said about him, that he doesn't really have much of a future at Arsenal Football Club, but if he can turn it around in this last remaining stage of the season, then he can revitalise his Arsenal career somewhat, but he has to be putting in more performances like that 15-20 minute cameo spell that he got on the pitch today. But loads of positives to take from today. Like I say, I don't want to talk about the league at all. It was just nice to absorb and enjoy that Arsenal performance today. Anyway, guys, get your thoughts on the game in the comments box below. Please do like this video. If you have enjoyed it, subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV, and as always, I will speak to you very, very soon.